It was the summer of 2005 when Lisa and her best friend, Sarah, decided to embark on a road trip across the American Midwest. They were recent college graduates, eager to explore the vast expanse of their country before diving headfirst into the corporate world. With a trusty old station wagon and a map that unfolded like a treasure map, they set off on an adventure they'd remember for the rest of their lives. Their journey began in the heart of Chicago, where they had lived and studied for 4 years. The city's towering skyscrapers soon gave way to rolling fields of corn and wheat as they ventured deeper into the Midwest. Sarah, who had meticulously planned the route, was excited to show Lisa the beauty of the heartland. As they drove through Illinois, Lisa couldn't help but be awed by the endless fields of golden grain swaying in the breeze. The landscape was a symphony of earthy colors, stretching out to the horizon like an artist's canvas. It was the type of scenery they had never experienced while living in the city. Their first night on the road was spent in a quaint bed and breakfast in a small town in Illinois. The innkeeper, a friendly elderly woman with a twinkle in her eye, regaled them with stories of the town's history as they enjoyed a home-cooked meal. It was a warm and comforting experience, and it set the tone for their adventure. The next few days were a blur of picturesque towns, roadside diners, and the joy of discovering hidden gems in the heartland. They visited a roadside attraction known as the world's largest ball of twine and laughed as they added their own piece of twine to the ever-growing monument. They explored charming antique shops, sampled homemade pies at local bakeries, and met friendly locals who shared their own tales of the Midwest. One sunny afternoon, they found themselves driving through the rolling hills of Indiana. The landscape was dotted with rustic barns and grazing cattle, creating a scene that felt like it was right out of a postcard. Sarah, who had always been a lover of photography, couldn't resist stopping at a particularly scenic spot to capture the moment. As Lisa waited by the car, she noticed an old, weathered sign that read, "Welcome to Millwood, population 246. It piqued her curiosity, and she decided to explore the nearby town while Sarah captured the beauty of the countryside. Millwood was the epitome of a charming, small-town America. Quaint houses with white picket fences lined the streets, and the townspeople greeted Lisa with warm smiles as she strolled through the community square. She stopped by the local bakery and indulged in a freshly baked cinnamon roll that practically melted in her mouth. As she continued her exploration, Lisa encountered an elderly woman sitting on a porch swing, knitting a colorful scarf. The woman introduced herself as Mrs. Turner and welcomed Lisa to join her. They chatted about life in Millwood, and Mrs. Turner shared stories of her youth and the town's rich history. Meanwhile, Sarah, lost in capturing the beauty of the landscape, lost track of time. The sun was beginning to set when she realized that Lisa had been gone for quite a while. Concerned, she returned to the car and, with a sigh of relief, saw Lisa chatting with Mrs. Turner. As the two friends reunited, Lisa recounted her delightful encounter with Mrs. Turner and the warm hospitality of Millwood. Sarah, having captured some stunning photographs, was equally thrilled with her own experience. With the sun setting on the horizon, they decided to spend the night in Millwood, a decision that would lead to an unexpected turn in their journey. Mrs. Turner suggested they stay at the charming Millwood Inn, which she assured them would be a cozy and welcoming retreat. The Millwood Inn, a charming two-story Victorian building, exuded old-world charm. Its creaky wooden floors and antique furnishings transported Lisa and Sarah back in time. The innkeeper, a kind-hearted woman named Agnes, greeted them warmly and showed them to their room. As they settled in, Lisa couldn't shake an odd feeling that something was amiss. She brushed it off as mere fatigue from their long drive and explorations. However, as they prepared for bed, the eerie sensation persisted. Sarah, always the pragmatic one, dismissed Lisa's unease as a result of staying in an old inn. She assured her that everything was fine and that they were safe. Reluctantly, Lisa accepted her friend's reassurances and crawled under the cozy covers. Just as they were about to drift off to sleep, a faint but unmistakable sound reached their ears. It was a soft, mournful melody, like the strains of a melancholic violin. Lisa and Sarah exchanged puzzled glances, their curiosity piqued.